We are done asking what if. It's time to look at the what is and see exactly how the world has already been rewritten. Real companies, real stories.
Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Info Rush. I am Rudrakshi
I am Disha.
and this is episode 5. Mission AI Possible? Last time we left off with a big question. Is AI quietly rewriting our future? Well, hold on because today we're going beyond the hype and into reality. People keep calling AI the next revolution. Why? Because it's not just a new app you download or a gadget you buy. It's turning into a general purpose layer, like electricity or the internet. Think about it. Electricity isn't a product, it's infrastructure. The internet isn't one website, it's the thing that connects everything. AI is heading the same way. It plugs into healthcare, finance, factories, retail, shipping, media, education, even climate and energy systems.
Wow, the list is really long.
It goes on. Now, before we go any further, let's make the fancy words feel unfancy. People usually bucket AI into three simple superpowers: perception, prediction, and generation. Perception is anything that AI can see, hear, and read at scale. Images, audio, documents basically give me the inputs. I'll notice what humans miss, and when there's too much of data for humans to read. So, example could be AI reading your CT scans, fetching information from a long document, even your face recognition softwares. Coming to prediction, AI can rank, forecast, and detect patterns. For example, your fraud detection, demand forecasting, machine failures. So, it's not magic, it's pattern recognition with a lot of data and with very fast calculation. And again, so I mentioned fraud detection. It's basically predicting whether the loan is to be given to a
Hmm.
person or not. And forecasting is basically how much shampoos are to be sold in the future. So, coming to generation, AI can even draft and synthesize your text, code, designs. It can give you the first draft and you can shape and improve whatever you want. This is where modern tools like ChatGPT, Gemini come in. They can generate text, images, and even videos now. And when these three things come together, that's when AI stops being a tool you occasionally use and starts feeling like a system, quietly running in the background of everyday life. So here is one correction I would like to make, that AI didn't come in with ChatGPT, it existed long before
Yes,
it.
yes, exactly.
So as you said in the start, real.
Real companies, real stories. Yes.
But I think each of these stories is just a tip of an iceberg. There's a lot more to it.
Yes, yes, there is a lot to unpack, that is for sure. And I know that every story deserves an entire discussion on its own, but we have to start somewhere, right?
So let's go to the period which was terrifying but also fun for them. So it's COVID, and all of our attention was towards healthcare.
Healthcare. Yes.
So during COVID, a few companies really grabbed attention, which was Pfizer for all the right and the wrong reasons. But did you know that Pfizer used something called Smart Data Query? It is an AI powered system that checked clinical trial data in real time. Because of that, they could analyze results in hours instead of weeks. So that's like binge watching an entire series versus waiting for each and every episode to come out.
Hmm.
So it really fasten the process of bringing out the vaccines and doing the clinical trials.
Right.
Yeah. And another company is Cure AI. They are using AI for cancer, like early lung cancer detection.
Oh.
And that hits close to me because even I worked on a project called brain tumor detection during my
Hmm.
college project. And I felt really good that it is actually materializing into
Hmm.
something bigger, and it's not just a school project or a college project anymore.
Right.
And then again, coming to Google's AlphaFold by again the DeepMind team. So scientists had struggled for ages to detect the protein patterns,
Yes.
and which is very crucial for drug development.
Hmm.
So it AlphaFold uses AI to solve structures that normally took years
Hmm.
and even decades.
Yeah.
Its breakthrough was of that scale that Demis Hassabis and John Jumper,
Hmm.
along with David Baker, these are the team behind the Deep Mind, they were awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for their work in protein structure prediction.
So wait, deep alpha fold deep mind. I'm confused.
So AlphaFold was the product that they
Hmm.
created, and DeepMind is the company behind
Ah. Okay.
it.
Got it. Yes. Okay.
So next, coming to finance. So I went for this NVIDIA AI Summit in 2024.
Oh yes, that was so cool.
Yeah, it was
I
really
missed it.
cool. Yeah, so there were a lot of seminars there.
Hmm.
One of them was pretty interesting to me. It
Hmm.
was about the NPCI, National Payments Corporation of India,
India. Yes.
the company behind your UPI.
Yes. Unified payments
So
interface. Yes.
they like uh,
They used, I think, ML and AI to, that was the story, right? To
correct.
detect fraudulent transactions. And I think I heard something about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. So they use your advanced ML and AI. So you get those messages on your phone like this
Yes.
transaction may be
Yes.
risky. So again, it's your AI and ML working on the back end. And also they've collaborated with the Indian Institute of Science,
Hmm. In Bangalore.
correct, for
Yes.
development on blockchain and AI. So I think yes, India is taking steps towards the next revolution.
Yes, true. And I feel then there is fraud detection, chatbots, financial reports analysis, which I think a lot of companies are incorporating today with the help of AI when it comes to finance, at least.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, you know more about finance, so yeah. AI is also transforming how we travel, and companies like Tesla, everyone knows, it
Yes.
has just entered India, and Waymo are leading this shift. Tesla uses AI through its autopilot and full self driving systems where cars can detect lanes, traffic signals, pedestrians, and nearby vehicles in real time. What's fascinating is that Tesla improves its AI using driving data collected from millions of vehicles worldwide. So it's going to improve over time.
Yes. More the data, better the outcome.
Correct. And like today, like we saw the news, like Anthropic's Claude
Hmm.
Cowork has taken over the storm. Indian stocks were falling and all of that.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
obviously, I went to their website, and then I got to know that Claude even wrote a code for Perseverance, NASA's rover on Mars, to navigate an approximately 400-meter path through a field of rocks on the Martian surface.
This reminds me of so because we're talking about navigation, it reminds me of Uber, and I think I don't remember exactly, but we discussed it in our earlier episode as well, that it uses AI to help in rerouting faster, match drivers faster, and also check the ride demand. So things like these.
Yeah, you had explained in the last episode for the
Hmm.
day-to-day AI use case.
Yes.
So, another interesting thing that I got to know in the NVIDIA AI Summit was the concept of digital twin. It is basically a virtual model of a real-life object. I remember that
Oh.
Reliance Jio was also extensively using it for making broadband deployment
Hmm.
faster and even smarter. And I think they intended to use AI to predict equipment or network failures and optimize processes and to improve the overall efficiency and service quality.
Hmm.
Also, by the way, this reminds me. At the recent tennis Australia Open,
Ah, you're a huge fan.
yes. So, Infosys had partnered with the Australia Open team
Oh,
to bring the AI first experiences to the stadium. It included match feel, which allows visually impaired fans to experience live tennis through touching using real time ball tracking data.
oh wow, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. And they had also integrated something called Rally. It is an interactive generative AI powered mascot that engages fans through predictions like match or insights and give interactive experiences. So all these things were added to basically make viewers feel more involved in the whole, like
Hmm.
not just a watching experience but more of an interactive
Wow,
experience.
wow.
And what else? I mean, there are a lot more things. Oh, I got to know that AI is also helping in script writing.
Oh, yes. So there was this one interesting conversation I had with Vivek, a mutual friend. But you know what? You complete
No, no, I
this
want to know that first
segment.
now.
Uh, so, uh, so you know how script writing. So yes, there have been a lot of debates and on whether AI, whether there is place for AI in all the fields, and the entertainment industry is one of them, especially
Mm-hmm.
filmmaking when you're making movies, and there are things like script writing, as you mentioned. So Vivek, who is one of our mutual friends, we were having a discussion with him about, so he's a graphic designer, and we were having a discussion with him about how what he feels about AI
Mm-hmm.
entering this industry. And well, he personally thought that there are a lot of tasks which are really time consuming,
Mm-hmm.
and AI has really helped there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how you talked about um uh, the um, drug development,
Mm-hmm.
and how some tasks which would take years are now done in a matter of, say, hours, days.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is something, the processing power which AI
Right.
has, it has really helped to reduce the time consumed
Mm-hmm.
in certain tasks. But then again, when we talk about the creative aspect of, say, script writing or
Mm-hmm.
any creative aspect, if you're talking about it, I think that's something debatable. I don't know how
Oh,
much
yeah.
AI will be, yeah, able to penetrate in those aspects,
Right.
how better outcomes will, whether it will be able to match what a
Human level,
human
yeah.
is. Because you know what, even when there was this the Ghibli art,
Yeah,
yeah,
the trend.
so that trend, I don't so AI never created or generated something
Right.
of its own. It was inspired by something.
Correct.
So I am waiting for the day, I don't know whether it's possible or not, where it will create something which is entirely of its own, not inspired by anything at all.
I think it like the phase is coming, but it will be much difficult because again,
Hmm.
AI, as we keep saying, it's pattern detection.
Hmm.
So it is pretty difficult to say that how will it make something of its new. You never know.
Hmm.
That's a big possibility because as we talked in the Alpha Go part of thing that it was learning on its own games later on.
Hmm. Right. Yes, it
Similarly,
made the move 37,
right.
if you guys remember, which was a completely new move it created on its own in the game of chess. No,
Go.
sorry, Go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, that's an interesting take, and let us know your thoughts on
Yeah.
this in the comments.
So
Yes.
even though things look like they are new, but somewhere it has some inspiration behind it because that AI has seen something like that in the past.
Hmm.
So again, I just read about this movie called the Safe Zone Films. It says that Chat GPT wrote the entire script and even directed it in the
Oh.
way that it told the camera shots,
Hmm.
like from which angle to take, and then again there were human actors in the end.
Hmm.
So again, it was photographed and filmed that way. So I think that was one of the use cases that AI was working in the world of creative industry. So
Hmm.
only time will tell how much scale it can
Right.
go to.
True. True.
So, Disha, I know you're doing your internship and you are
Predominantly
predominantly working
working in
in
finance.
finance.
So
So,
of
of course,
course
you
you
might
might have
have
paid
paid
attention
attention
to
to
the
the
budget.
budget.
Yes. Had to go to the office.
Yes, on a Sunday.
Yes.
And we just pay attention, like people pay attention to just taxes, but something interesting caught my eye, something called Bharat Vistar.
Yes, yes. Even I came across that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it is a multilingual AI tool that aims to provide information to farmers in their own language, their own regional language, on crop planning, packages of practices of, say, irrigation
Hmm.
and pests,
Right.
weather forecasts, markets, scheme information, and application and grievances, right?
Yeah, so again, when I went to this AI summit, there was a
Hmm.
session where it is much tougher for the Indian LLMs, large language models, to work because there are a lot of languages in India. Like every
Hmm.
200 kilometers, your dialect changes, if not your
Yes.
language.
Right.
So it felt really good that Indian government is thinking about it so aggressively, and it's not just the developed nation that is thinking about these things, but a lot of developing the nations, and India being one of them, is actually thinking about this. And I think there's an initiative called India AI
India,
Mission.
yes.
So
And you know what? I would actually like people to read this book called The Great Tech Game. It's a really interesting book. And you mentioned about developed and developing countries
mhm.
both now using or progressing in terms of AI, its development. And this book had highlighted one important fact, that how the use of AI is going to be very different in a developed country and a
Oh,
developing country.
interesting.
So, developing countries, they will be focusing more on things like healthcare, things like, as you mentioned, with farmers.
Correct.
So it will be more focused on the welfare of
Right.
different
Mm-hmm.
um, as of different stakeholders.
Mm-hmm.
And whereas in developed countries, it might AI might be used more for, say, convenience, comfort, things
Ah,
like that.
correct.
But for developing countries, we have not reached, our goals are different than what
Correct.
so our benchmarks should be different.
Hmm.
And so a lot of things like that. So that is one interesting insight that I got from that book. It is a must read. It's called A Great Tech Game.
I would love to read it. It's very interesting because not all the things are very simple as they seem. Like whatever works in, say, USA,
Hmm.
it's not compulsory that that thing will actually work in India. There's like even US has Uber Eats,
Hmm.
but India's Zomato Swiggy is quite different to the Uber Eats of the US. So that
Yes.
is a very interesting
Yes,
take
and
on.
this also throws light on the geopolitical aspect,
Ah, right.
on how, because the goals are different, somewhere
Hmm.
India and China stand together on the use cases of AI, on how they want to develop these tools as compared to developed countries like US, how
Right.
they want to develop these tools. So yes.
So when you talked about India and China, we
Yes.
get bashed for our energy consumption. That
Right.
we are the sole, not sole, but one of the highest polluters in the world. But we
Yes.
also need to understand that energy is very deeply integrated into the AI architecture, infrastructure
Yes,
also.
and about this, the Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw addressed the World Economic Forum on how India is actually working on all the five layers of the architecture.
Mm-hmm.
There's the application
Right.
layer, model, chip, infra, and energy as their aim towards building the foundation for global AI services.
And I'm so glad you put that point forth because AI is not just a chatbot. It has a lot more dependence, as you mentioned, on the five layers. I would recommend you all to listen to his speech because it put he has put it forth in a
Yes.
very good way.
Yes.
And
And he
if
has explained each layer as well,
yeah, and
what
what
it
India
means.
is doing towards it,
Yes.
that is also really good. You all should watch it.
Right.
And for a country to get ahead in the AI race, it needs to work on all the above layers.
Yes, exactly.
So I know we have a lot more examples, but
Yes.
I think we will have to stop somewhere, unfortunately.
Yes, exactly. And it's hard not to be impressed after knowing how AI is actually being implemented and making the mission impossible seem mission AI possible.
Yes.
But history has taught us something uncomfortable.
Mm,
Even the most powerful systems are never dangerous on their own.
correct.
They become dangerous in the hands of the wrong people. And when systems this powerful run quietly at scale with very few people truly understanding how they work, forget about people using it, even policymakers actually don't know
That is
really
true.
how they
Nobody knows.
work. So the question stops being about capability and then starts being about control.
Right. And if you're curious, stay tuned as we pull back the curtain on what AI leaves in the dark. That's today's Info Rush. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and log out smarter. And if you're loving what we are doing, please show us some support. Do like, share, and subscribe on YouTube and follow us on wherever you get your podcasts.